What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Going over the Evil Twin Eldlich deck. I showed a very simple deck profile or a combo tutorial, excuse me, for that earlier this week, and I thought I'd actually go through and do a little gameplay. So the whole kind of idea of the deck is that Evil Twin is a one-card play starter for all your combos, and then we all know the grind game that comes with Eldlich, and everything else is just a bunch of hand traps. I think there's like 12 or 13. Which gives you the possibility to do stuff like this. I didn't know that Magic Key had like an Infernity barrier or a Magic Key monster special zone for the extra deck. It's pretty interesting. All right, he goes for the Called by the Grave. I have Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion like pretty much exactly for that reason. It's a decent hand trap, I guess, in general, but you have to protect your Eldliches from being banished, and especially your Evil Twins. So I have I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna pop a card during his turn. On top of Forbidden Droplets, which can be chained with Scarlet Sanguine, which I think is really, really cool interaction. That way you're getting the most out of your advantage. Not a lot of cards I think can do that with Forbidden Droplets. Alright, we're looking pretty good here. He only has one normal monster on the field. I can continually, just get myself more and more advantages. And how cool is that, right? I'm going to be able to send that to the graveyard. So, it's kind of, it seems kind of silly, but, in a real application type of way. I didn't have enough for damage, unfortunately. But, the ability to send a card from the field to the graveyard is so cool when you can bring it right back. And he had Retort Fusion, which, doesn't really do anything. And this is a match I had against a Blue Eyes Ritual deck. So, I did take this through, kind of competitive. It's just... This deck has a very low floor, or a very high floor and a low ceiling is the best way I can kind of, this is going to beat essentially any casual strategy for the most part. Maybe even up to, Rogue tier, I would say this has, a really good kind of matchup against anybody. Especially because you have so much room for hand traps. But I don't think it's going to win anything anytime soon. It just doesn't do enough, I guess. Basically targeting destruction just doesn't do it. I tried to go for the Dark Hole, but yeah, this did have that destruction protection. Some real 600 IQ plays here. So a top deck of Quaking Mirror Force is actually pretty decent. I top deck Elixir of White Destiny. So he tries to go for that. I'm going to negate that. But because this is quick play, I can bring this back and attempt to, actually go for game. I can't do that again. Floodgate Trap Hole prevents this from being flipped back up. So I destroy it with my own Conquistador. And at least I have a negate, with the Forbidden Droplets, which is what I use here. And it's a good thing I did, right? Because he had all of these to use actually for the Ritual Summon. And this is a great example of the kind of advantage that you can get back in this deck, how quickly you can do it. Nothing, I mean, again, the grind is unreal. I had one card? I had 2 cards in hand at the start of this, and I'm going to be able to draw another card, pop another card on the field. Bring that back. I'll pop, whatever this is. It ends up being Advanced Ritual Art. Try to, jabate me a little bit. This deck is just it just has a lot of targeting. Alright, that's Ancient Rules. I think this would have a horrible matchup against Drytron because all of their effects activate in the hand anyways. Not that you don't have outs for the Ritual Monster. I can't think of its name now. That negates everything. Well, you have cards like Forbidden Droplets and such. But other than that, I mean, you'd be kind of at a disadvantage. Here's the other game against that Blue Eyes deck. Of course, I'll be going first. Kisa Kill's good. It's always better to draw Leela, just because you get that the other Evil Twin monster that if your opponent adds a card to your hand, you can draw 1 card. So these actually are not online, but you might as well set them because they're traps, right? But I do have an Ash and I do have a Pop and a Draw. If I can stop him from Ritual Summoning, which, obviously Advanced Ritual Art is just prime Ash bait, then you're feeling pretty good about yourself. He goes ahead and negates the draw. Honestly, I think I would have waited if I was him. Who knows, right? Because he had a Waking of the Dragons, I gotta shuffle those back. I can't afford to do that. But that's also you're so easily able to link climb in this deck. But now these are online, so I feel pretty decent. He has all these ritual monsters with nothing to do with them, and yeah, this was just the end of the game, obviously. Alright, let's see who we're playing next. Knights. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So it's like, oh, it's like the new Joker's Knight and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, so these kind of cards are so good to like think you don't have them in your hand, and you're always searching everything. So Joel and Lockbird actually is pretty bad against this deck. Scarlet Sanguine and Heaven Ash, again, it's kind of similar situation. And because he didn't chain a trap, I can actually do this again. Although, yeah, he ends up just negating the draw card. So it's kind of a net-net, just kind of positive situation for me, honestly. Oh, is he running Slifer in this? No, I'm just curious. Isn't that what it is? That's what it's used for, yeah. Ooh, I don't know if these cards are good, like to adding cards back to your hand. Eldlich? One Eldlich? Wow, this is a pretty interesting deck, but honestly, when you try to fit too much in one deck, and I'm literally like numero uno when it comes to doing that, it just doesn't work out very well. I added this card, the Underworld Goddess of Closed World. I think I'm going to take it out. It's a decent form of removal, especially with a deck that's so kind of dependent on, a deck that's extremely dependent on like targeting. But I guess it's always personal preference, of course, right? All right, looks like he's playing Necro Valley. It's actually really, really bad, right? Like, it's pretty much one of the worst kind of matchups I think you can have. But when you have cards like, Eldlich should be able to like just send it off the field. It's okay. There can be only one. Oof, like these are all really bad cards. But he doesn't have Necro Valley yet, so I'm able to kind of be okay for now. And you only need one Evil Twin for these plays, which is extremely important, obviously. So I can pop his trap card. So Necro Valley is going to get put on the field. I definitely want to destroy that. I kind of planned that ahead, right? 600,000 IQ. So if he activates Necro Valley, of course I'm going to go ahead and just chain the Trouble Sunny. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna have the one that you can discard it to get the Necro Valley. There we go. So now I can get it off the field once again. He's down to like one copy of Necro Valley, obviously, which is not ideal for that kind of strategy. I will definitely negate that if I can, and then he ended up surrendering. So against one of the worst, on paper matchups, I did pretty decent. And last I have Orcist, Mech Knight Orcist, I should say. It's kind of a deck that's just always been around. This is 60 cards. Let's see what he's like running in here. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, Xingjian, Cyber Darks, Rockets. Oh, Dino, yeah, obviously. Wow. I would imagine Illusion of Chaos. Yeah, that's for like Magician Souls. Holy moly. I have no idea what's happening here. Alright, so I haven't even used my pop yet. I do have a banishment from the graveyard. Yeah, this is actually funny. I wonder if you could use like Evil Twins with Trick Stars. If you can get like a bunch on the field. That's so gimmicky though. Oh, and I think this was the perfect example to show that you have to use Trouble Sunny's effect first, right? Because it prevents it, it stops your special summoning for the rest of the turn. So it's just like sitting out there now. So he's continuing to go through his plays. I don't know where it's going, but he's continuing. This is actually pretty decent. The Black Dragon and the White Dragon, because you can banish these, World Legacy cards and get them back to your hand. Be nice to have a Nibiru at this point, right? This is going to go on for a while. Let's look at what else he has in his extra deck. Alright, Dingirsu. Extenders. Boral End Dragon. Shadal Construct. Okay. Okay. Access Code Talker. Do I survive? Yeah, I did, actually. I survived because I had Trouble Sunny, actually. Or Sunny's Snitch. Jeez. That's way off. Alright, I'm going to be able to get a Golden Land forever. Let's go ahead and send this Access Code Talker, because that's a big, monster. And I'm going to be able to have an Omni Negate, so we'll see where I end up using that. Plus a Banishment, plus a Pop. I haven't really gone into my Evil Twin stuff. This, I believe, special summons something from the deck, so I want to get rid of one of his extenders if I can. I'm going to go ahead and banish once again. Oh, he negates the effect of Eldlich, but again, like, the effect is always, like, in the hand or the graveyard, so it's not all that important. And, yeah, basically all that advantage I had gained, like, throughout the duel, like, really just came into fruition there. I used literally every form of disruption I could, to the point where he couldn't do anything anymore. So, yeah, that was a decent look, I think, at the Evil Twin Eldlich stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.